gotta come see what I got.
No, you know what? I don't think I've been very clear with you, Russ. If you were drowning, I'd throw you a barbell. Why would I ever help you?
Episode 7, After You've Gone, is the title of a famous torch song. And torch songs have always had an historical place in noir and pulp. And it also describes the men who they became after each one left their lives and how they're going to continue.
You look like you're doing all right.
Father Time has his way with us all.
Hart is reluctant to believe him or help him, given their history. But as Cohle puts it, you have a debt.
They didn't finish the job. That's the bottom line. They let their emotions get the better of them, and they didn't get the information they needed to make sure that everything was accounted for.
We left something undone. We gotta fix it.
On a very understandable level, this idea that he could still be killing is a real threat. They need to finish their job, with or without the help of state CID. It's sort of a monumental task in the sense they don't have all the resources they used to have. Clearly, they're more at risk as well. They're not young guys anymore. And using force and coercion to get some information, I think that's just those guys being them.
So the band's back together, and it's 2012, and we're going to at least attempt to get to the bottom of this.
There's a videotape.
I had to shoot the Marie Fontenot sequence on my own because it was the space and how we were moving around this altar. Couldn't really have a whole crew in there with this. So just literally me with the beta cam on my shoulder.
And it's a video that shows the girl that went missing in 1990 in a child sacrifice conducted in some kind of pagan animalistic ritual. And we only show a glimpse of that. And something this show has tried really hard to do is, despite the darkness of the subject matter, is to never bludgeon the viewer with something that's just gross. I'm not very interested in gore.
You shouldn't have that.
Nobody should have this.
For me, it's more important that you see the reaction on Marty's face as he views the video. And then having seen the video,
No!
Marty can no longer deny that Cohle is clearly correct about something going on.
Why'd you quit, Marty? What's the real reason? What happened?
I thought I never wanted to look at anything like that anymore.
In addition to reopening this case, it gives us a chance to watch the men become reacquainted.
There's probably just the natural curiosity of talking to this guy that you've had it out with. You see that a lot of times in war, veterans getting together from both sides, and a lot of the animosity is just gone, despite the fact that in the moment they could have been willing to kill each other.
How you been? You know, besides work.
Oh, sorry, I don't ever remember you asking me a personal question before.
I think it's right there almost that Cohle missed him in some way. And we learn about what their individual tragedies are, which is their isolation. They both say, and it strikes me as very poignant, the way the guy is delivered is, I go home. What do you do? I go home.
Missing persons, mostly, maybe far back as the 80s.
Well, anything before '05 that never became part of an official investigation, it isn't going to be in the computers.
They sort of switch places in this episode compared to who they historically were. Suddenly, Hart's the leg man.
Thank you.
Scouring the archives for paperwork, doing all the one-on-ones with people. And Cole's sort of guiding him a little bit, but Hart proves himself a very effective investigator. So we end with the 2012 investigation by Hart and Cohle, taking them into a dangerous area and threatening a sheriff with a gun, while finally getting a clear, definitive look at our killer.